speaking of the greatest in Santa Clarita, we have a very special guest in studio. He is Richard Szerman of Realty One Group. You can go to richrogs.com, ROGS.com to learn more information, or you can just keep listening because we're about to talk about some stuff. I just learned some stuff about you during the break. That
Fascinating.
You can never be president.
Yeah, I can't.
That's too bad.
I was not born in U.S. soil. I was born in England.
Oh, yeah, there you go. And you were born in a Coca-Cola factory.
I was born in what is now a Coca-Cola factory. It was not, my mother assures me, it was not a Coca-Cola factory at the time, but I was born on an American Air Base, and they lost their lease, and it's now a Coca-Cola factory.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Awesome stuff. But Richard Szerman joins us. We're not here to talk about Coca-Cola factories in London. We're here to talk about realty. What's the market like this time of year?
It's funny in California. We don't, because it doesn't snow, it's not as seasonal as it is in other places. So it slows down a little bit overall, but I've never really seen much of a slowdown. We always tend to have pretty strong fourth quarters in my office, but we also do a tremendous amount of pro bono work. And so a lot of times this time of year, people have a little bit more time to kind of deal with what's going on. So they tend to show up, and we like to help them out as much as we can. So,
okay.
So that's, we keep pretty busy.
And so you guys stay busy. And one thing that you guys do over there is loan modification.
Yeah, we've been doing loan modification work for free for over a decade now.
Let's start with what is a loan modification? Yeah.
Well, a loan modification is, now there's a lot of myths about them, but basically a loan modification is anytime you're going back to your current lender and you're getting them to rejigger your current loan. It's not a refinance. It's they take your current loan, everything, the loan number stays the same in most cases, but what they do is they renegotiate your current loan. Because at the end of the day, even if your loan was at 6%, say, and you can't afford that loan, the banks know, sometimes you have to twist their arm a little bit to get them to know this, but the banks know that 2% of something is still better than 6% of nothing. A foreclosure is bad for everybody. Let me run some quick numbers with you. And this is how the banks view the world. The difference between a loan modification and a foreclosure to the bank is roughly 25% of the loan's overall face value. So the difference between, I should say 45%, the difference between a loan modification and a foreclosure, let me revise that, is 45%, excuse me. The difference between a short sale and a foreclosure is 25%. So in other words, it goes, the bank would like to keep you, of the four possible options, stay the course, loan modification, short sale, or foreclosure, the bank would like to keep you staying the course. That's where they make the most money. Now, if that's not possible, their next best option, public's best option as well, consumer's best option as well, is a loan modification.
Okay.
Like I said, sometimes there's some arm twisting to get to this point, because what the banks at the lower levels don't realize, and at the higher levels they certainly do, is the difference is massive. The difference between a loan modification and a short sale is about 20% of the note's face value, and the difference between a short sale and a foreclosure is about 25%. So those two numbers combined is 45%. So it's in the bank's financial interest as well as the consumers to do one, and it saves houses. That's what we do. We prevent foreclosures, among other things.
And so, what's the process here? You need a loan modification. They come to you. What do you need to do?
Show up. You just give me a call.
Okay.
That's really it.
Seems
pretty straightforward. Yeah, it's really just give us a call. You can reach me in addition to Rich Roggs. You can also reach me on my cell 661-714-1400. You can reach me at that number literally 24 hours a day. My family loves that. But 661-714-1400. You'd be amazed at the amount of calls I get after 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, because people, it's when they tend to calm down a little bit and want to call. So again, 661-714-1400. And really, anyone who's got a loan that has an interest rate above 4% is a candidate for a loan modification. We'll go over some popular myths with you. I hear them all day long. I have to be behind on my mortgage to get a loan modification. Absolutely untrue.
Wow.
We get them done all the time without people being behind. I will tell you it's easier to get a loan modification done if you're behind, but we believe in aiming for our best result. If we can get the loan mod without having to damage your credit at the same time, then you'd much rather do that. So let's shoot for that. Depends on who the lender is. There's a lot that goes into this. If you have an interest rate above 4%, you probably want to come talk to me. You don't have to be in default. You don't have to have an NOD filed on your house. That's for sure. You don't have to have a massive financial hardship. All you have to do is show a hardship, and that's not typically all that difficult. It's to find a hardship of some sort. And then away we go. And it's really, unfortunately, every loan modification is a fight. There's no such thing as a polite loan modification or a nice loan modification. Everyone is a fight. They're nasty, ugly street fights. That's just what they are. And we're very good at it. We win a lot more than we lose. Our success rates are extraordinarily high. And I think the national average for loan modifications hovers around 12 to 14%, depending on who you ask. Ours is 80. And the the reason ours is as high as it is, the reason ours is as high as it is we're just really tenacious. As I say all the time, my wife likes to say that I found a way to take my less attractive personality traits and funnel them into something that's popular for other people and useful for other people. So I think it's her way of saying I'm a giant pain in the ass, and I think she's probably right about that. But I am very stubborn in this regard, and I don't think the banks are honest brokers here. I don't think they're behaving correctly. I think their behavior is obscene, quite frankly. I mean, what they do with people. I mean, these are people's homes, for goodness sake. And the banks don't see it that way. They see you as a line item. And that's why anytime you see an advertisement that we're the bank who cares, you can be sure they just lost a lawsuit because they didn't give a damn about something or about someone. It's just the way it works with them.
Okay. So make sure you go to richrogs.com, ROGS.com. You can also give me a call, 661-714-1400. He is Richard Szerman of Realty One Group.
Also, let me bury the lead here. We do these for free.
Oh,
we do not
yeah,
charge
that's
fees. Yeah, I probably should have led with
yeah.
that. Yeah, we do loan modifications for free. I think charging somebody who's already in financial trouble is like kicking somebody when they're down. It's not that I'm not a fan of money, big fan, but it's just not right to do that. So we do it for free. We've done it for free for many, many years. So.
Yeah, you did kind of bury the lead there.
Sorry about that. Should have led with that. Free loan modifications.
Free loan modifications with Richard Szerman of Realty One Group, richrogs.com for more information. Rich, thanks for coming by.
Happy to.
All right.